All right, I am joined by Jessica. Welcome to the podcast.
Thank you.
Awesome. Please introduce yourself and what you do.
Okay, I'm Jessica Maphosa. I'm originally from Pumalanga. Came to Western Cape to study food technology in CPUT, and now I'm a quality assurance officer in a food packaging company.
What brought you into studying food technology?
Actually, there's no interesting story of like behind it. So when I was doing my matric, I actually didn't know what I wanted to study for because I knew that no, I don't want to study for medicine, lawyer, those basic careers. So this one time I went to my agricultural sciences teacher back in 2018 when I was doing my matric. I told him that no, it's time to apply, but I don't know what to apply for. He was like, "What do you want to do?" I was like, "I don't know, but I know that I don't know how to deal with blood or debating or anything." He was like, "Okay." He gave me this big book that he had in his office, and then he was like, "Okay, you can start from here. You can search. If you don't understand what the name or anything, you can Google, and then like I can explain, and or you can just check from Google." I was like, "Okay," and then this was one that caught my attention. It was food technology. I was like, "What's this?" He was like, it's just people that go to the shop and inspect food expiry dates. That's how he explained it back then.
So it was a wrong.
Actually, it's not actually part of it because
Okay.
that's auditing. It's like go to the shop, they check if the food is good, check the expiry dates. If it's not, then they will have to sue the company. Things like that. I was like, okay, I'm interested.
Sure.
I want to do that. So that was like inspection. I was like, okay, I think I want to do that. I was like, okay, you can apply it, and that's how I applied.
Nice. And then you're a graduate now,
Yes, I
and you're also
am.
a professional.
Yes.
So how was it when you started work when you were studying it? Was there any shock between what you expected and what you actually studied?
Actually, yes, because I was like, okay, I don't see where this inspection will come from. Because it's like you are getting to know the food, like what consists of food, the microbiology of it, the chemistry of it. I was like, so where's the inspection part? It looks like I'll have to start food from scratch, like to know how it behaves under certain conditions or everything. So I was like, nah, it's fine anyway. Like I'm enjoying and it's quite interesting.
Sure. What is it that you like the most about food tech when you were studying it?
When I was studying, I think knowing the behavior of food under certain conditions, like it's just so interesting. You put it under heat, it behaves like this. You put it under cold, it behaves like this. You can manipulate you can manipulate things like the browning of apple. The browning of vegetables. You,
Sure.
you you can
So that means
actually control that.
so it means when you buy an avocado, you already know what to buy.
I know
So
what to
please
do.
plug me because I like avocados, and they're always brownie.
You must make sure that they are not exposed to oxygen because the oxygen will then cause some chemical reactions and then it will lead to the browning.
That's why people use that plastic foil.
Exactly.
Oh, come
And
on.
when it comes to apple, you can just put any acid,
It's like lemons. That's what they said. Yes,
lemon
yes.
or what's
Apple cider
this?
vinegar.
Yes, vinegar. I wanted
Yeah.
vinegar. You can put vinegar and then it won't go brown.
Okay. Thank you so much. Any advice for someone who's doing food tech now? Can you please give them an advice?
I think you must know what you really want to be, like what you want to become out of food technology, because we have a lot of positions. I can say you can be a quality manager. You can, if you enjoy working at the lab, because now when you're still studying, you're exposed to going to the lab, testing things. So if you feel like you enjoy being at the lab, then you know that you have to divert to being a microbiologist. If you can say that no, standing the whole day at the lab is not my thing, and then you can just start at the quality controller position, and then you will go up to be a quality manager.
Okay.
That way you'll stay in the office actually and
Sure.
just be busy with your computer. So you just have to know what you want. If you want to be a lecturer, then you know you have to further your studies. But other than that, if you don't want to be a lecturer or a researcher or anything like that, furthering your studies is just a waste of time. Like doing honors and everything, it's a waste of time because in my industry, they want experience more than the degree.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. So you start doing your in-service training. What is it that how was it like? Was there a gap between your varsity and your actual experience? And if there was, can you please just share how was it on your first in-service training?
I can say there was some gap and also some things that were like, okay, I don't remember being taught. Like maybe testing the product. Okay, back then I was testing for moisture because I was working in jungle. I was testing oats, so I was checking for moisture. So I used to do that during my practical because we had machines to test moisture and everything. Yeah, so I can say it did apply somehow. But other things, were like they were not necessary because no, it was not actually matching.
Yeah, please share what is it that you like the most? Any challenges that you had when you were doing your in-service training?
Did I have any challenges actually? I don't think not much because I had a really good manager. So she understood my level that I'm still at a baby level. So she did baby me, but at the same time, she exposed me to experiences that I'll be able to learn. Like she didn't limit me at all. So she used to give me projects, give me deadlines. So I think she was training me for the position that I am at the moment. So like she really helped me. We worked together. So I didn't really have much challenges. It's just a challenge of waking up and going to work. But otherwise, no.
So
It was just a learning experience.
you're sort of cruising at the
Yeah.
moment. Nice. So I just wanted to go back. Sorry for this. In food tech, you guys were cooking as well, and were you cooking?
No.
You were just tasting food.
Yeah, that's sensory evaluation. But we don't cook.
Is it? Which course was it where someone was telling me that you actually do cooking, or you just eat food?
Yeah, we test the food.
So just go
Sorry.
through that so that I just explain for someone who wants to do it so that they can understand. Okay, what are the other things that are required, or what are you gonna be doing when you're there?
When it comes to testing, it's when you do sensory evaluation. That's when you compare your product from other competitors. Like where I was working, we used to test the oats. So we used to buy oats from other
Competitors.
competitors, and then if maybe there are 6 of them in total, we'll place them in a plate, all of them different plates, and then we'll name maybe A, B, C, D like that, and then we have to call those 6 people maybe from different departments there, and then they'll have to
Try it out.
try it out and then try it and rate. That's when you are able like to be
Or to
up there
improve the
to
standard.
improve where you're leaking. So they'll have to taste, smell, touch to feel the texture, and also like
So which
look.
means is it for example right now you're saying that this is the oats that you were actually tasting and doing all this tests, right? Is it cooking it? Are you baking it? Are you putting it into a muffin? How does it work?
You have to prepare it the way it has to be prepared.
Okay.
You know those instruction in the packaging. You have to prepare it like that because that's how the consumers will have it. So we used to cook it, all of them like normal cook it
Same way, yeah, sure.
same way, but not put sugar or anything that will alter like the original taste.
Okay.
Exactly. So it will have like the original taste of
Taste
it.
of it, yes. Okay. No, that sounds interesting. And then when you have found out that maybe the competitor taste has better results, what do you do?
We have to check in which category. Is it the smell? Is it the taste? And then you have to improve according to that.
So when you improve, what are you doing exactly?
Then you'll have to go back to R&D department, and then they'll have to do the changes there
Okay, so
at
that's
the
sort
lab.
of,
Yeah,
or that means at the lab when it
yeah, where
comes.
it's come from, the composition and everything.
Okay.
Yeah, and then we'll send back to us, and then we'll know this is where they've changed, and yeah, we'll wait for it to come back again, see if it has improved. Yeah.
Okay, and then you finish your first part, then you get to what you're doing now. Uh, Please share the transition and what is the huge difference between what you were doing before and what you're doing now.
So before I was working at the lab, testing the raw materials and also the final product. I was just a lab analyst, like a lab analyst. And then, there's a huge gap. Because actually, where I am right now, it usually takes you like 2 to 3 years. But then it's because I was recommended by my previous manager because my contract was about to end. So she recommended me to this company, and they had to train me actually to be competent for
Abstract, yeah,
the
yeah,
yeah to
sure,
be
sure.
competent for the
The
position.
role, yeah,
But
sure.
otherwise, I was not really qualified because I was just an intern. I think I had 8 months experience,
Sure.
and then they had to train me, and then I learned quickly. So here I am. But otherwise, there's a huge gap
Oh, that's actually
because in
beautiful,
office
yeah.
work, computer and everything, and I was used to just testing and writing what I found and interpreting and reporting and everything.
Okay, I think we're gonna get into the details of what you're doing now, right? But please advise or please tell us what is food technology to you if you were to explain it.
I think food technology, I will say it's understanding the chemistry, biological, physical properties of that food and being able to to protect it from being harmful to consumers, to make sure that it stays fresh so that like it's not harmful to our consumers,
Okay,
understanding like its behavior. Yeah.
and then in your career or in let me just say in your career, what is what is this question that I want to ask now? Um, what makes a good food technologist?
What makes a good food technologist?
It's a tough question. I
It
mean,
is.
in your in that's why I had to say in your career because in electrical engineering is a broad question. If I say what makes a good electrical engineer, but there's many things in electrical engineer. But in your career, what do you think are the tools that you can use to become a more experienced, like you're saying that you had to go through a training? What are the few things that you
Okay.
can do? Yeah.
I think you just to be up to date. You just have to be up to date with the regulations because we are regulated
I'm
and
sure it's very strict.
yeah, and also we have international standards. So if you know those standards, because a lot of company they use those standards and their clients actually require those standards.
Sure.
Like if you don't comply or if you don't use that standard, like they just don't buy from you.
Especially if you're going to be importing some of your foods.
Exactly, because most of them are international standards. So you can't even have clients from abroad because you're just doing your thing. You see, but the moment they see that your company is certified to these standards, then they know that they can trust you. They can buy from you. That's why I feel like you feel better buying from Woolies than the Makulas, my friend.
Sure,
You
sure.
see, because you know that Woolies like behind the scene, like they really into this thing. They are following standards or they are following the right procedures. But my friend from the corners, they're just doing their thing. So it's things like that. So if you know those standards, if you know that this is what the company needs in order to maybe to reach their goals and things like that, I think, yeah.
So that means you also want to work for Woolies as well. You're praying. Now, I think the Stega podcast, we always tell our guests that whatever that you're going for, we are sort of rooting for you. And we want, when we interview you in the next podcast, you will tell us your experience at
Yeah.
Woolies. But it's going to happen. You just have to believe in it. We believe that it's going to happen. So you are now working as a quality assurance
Yes.
officer. Do you call yourself an officer?
Yeah.
Quality
it
assurance
is.
officer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So please just go through what does your day-to-day look like?
Okay, it looks like this. So when I get to work, I get inside the factory to check because we also have night shift people. So I have to check the products from night shift before, like maybe they're going to be delivered or dispatched. So I check its quality.
So what are you creating? Or what are you designing?
What am I designing?
Designing, or what are you
So,
checking for?
what am I checking for? We're checking for physical hazards, like defects, like things that are not supposed to be there, or that are going to cause a complaint, or that are going to be harmful.
No, sorry. I think probably I asked the wrong question. I meant to
Okay,
say, what is the product that you're checking?
the product. Oh, we are producing a food packaging for berries.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a packaging for berries. I don't know if it makes sense.
No, it does make sense.
Okay.
So I just wanted to give context for the people
Okay.
who are listening, so that they know, okay, if I'm going to be working in the food technology and a quality assurance officer, that means like for you, you're working in the berries industry. So that means you're checking the quality on where these berries are going to be put in. So yeah, just go through your day to day. Sorry for that.
Okay, I'm just gonna check if there were any defects or if maybe the quality controllers during night shift they reported anything. See if there was any problem, and then I'll check for today's production if everything is good, and also if our workers are following the GMP's procedures.
Sure,
Like you have to
sure.
cover your head, no earrings, makeup. Are you wearing your PPE correctly? Are your hands clean? Things like that. I'm gonna check everything is fine. And then if you are having any deliveries, I have to inspect those incoming raw materials.
Sure.
If there are any orders leaving, I have to check still. I have to check the condition of the trucks, and yeah, basically.
Sure. And then what's the most challenging about your work?
Here, it's production managers. Yo, those people.
Okay.
They care about the numbers. They care about the orders. If maybe they 3,000 product to manufacture, they like that's their goal. They don't care if there's anything wrong with whatever they are producing. So it's always a fight between the quality department and production.
Because they have their own targets, and you guys are making sure that
Exactly.
everything that's come out must come out in a
Yeah.
sort of a good quality.
Yeah, because it's gonna come back anyway. It's gonna come back as a complaint. So what now? It's a
Sure.
loss.
100%.
Exactly.
100%.
So they just don't care.
And then how are you solving those conflicts?
It's not easy, but we just have to work together.
Find ways to
Find
work
a
together,
way.
yeah.
Yeah. Make sure that he wins and I also win. But otherwise it's not easy. And also with the employees, I don't know. Okay, they are trained. They know the implications of whatever they'll be doing. They know the importance of food safety. But others, they just don't care, man. Sometimes, especially night shift when we are not there, they're just doing their things. Their hairs are not covered. There was this one time I went to the factory and I found like a hairband. So you see that this person didn't cover like his or her,
100%, sure.
yeah, it's a she. So you see things like that. I don't know. They don't understand, or they just don't want to, or they're like it's not our company anyway. I don't
Sure,
know.
sure.
But yeah, I'm facing that daily actually.
100%.
Reminding them of the procedures. You have to do that. Do this. Do this. Remove your earrings. Your makeup.
So others, they want to slay at work and
They
look
want to
nice.
slay. You can't slay. If you're working in the food industry, they know you can't slay.
Yeah.
Because those things, they are hazards to what we're producing. So they're not allowed
At
inside.
the end of the day, it's going to be food going to sit there.
Exactly. That's
Yeah.
why we always have complaints in any like food company. There's complaints about maybe a customer or a consumer found what's it, a nail
Oh, yeah,
inside,
sure.
things like that, and then you have to trace it back to production. What could have happened? Someone maybe was eating their nails inside, and then it's just bits.
Just
Things
spitting
like
everywhere.
that.
Sure.
Exactly.
Okay. Now, thank you so much for sharing that. Any advice for quality assurance in your colleagues?
I can say just keep on training them. What's this? Your workers. Just keep on reminding them the importance of food safety, reminding them of the culture and everything until they just get it. Because even if it's not enough, you knowing it, because you're not there 24/7.
Sure.
They're the ones who are handling the product. So in order to just avoid having complaints and everything, just keep on refreshing their minds about the importance, do surveys or do teachings, everything that's necessary. Make it exciting.
Sure. That means you
Make
have to
them
find ways.
detectives. Yeah, they need
Sure.
to. Do you have any hazard? Yeah, just make them detective. Maybe they will
100%.
enjoy it.
Sure. I wanted to ask this question before we close. Was there a point where you sort of there was a defect on the product that you worked on, and how did it affect you and everyone in the team?
I think back when I was working in jungle, we always had complaints, but yeah.
Sure.
Sometimes we'll find things that doesn't even make sense. Like you're like, what's this? It looks like a rubber, it looks like a tooth, it looks like so
Sure.
so it's so stressful because you can't trace it back. At least if you see a nail or a
Sure.
hair,
100%.
then you know where to improve. But if it's something that doesn't make sense, and you're thinking, did the customer maybe put it?
And then you do have machines that sort of scan what's coming out when it's being processed and
Yeah,
everything. Sure.
we have a metal detector, but it only detects metals.
Metals, yeah, sure.
You see,
So that
like
means something like
quartz and everything. Yeah,
so that means something like a tooth,
it
rubber.
it can't. It only detects like metal things.
Sure.
So we know that it's not easy to find a metal as a complaint, but other things we can, and sometimes we even feel like maybe it's when it goes to the client, they also mishandle the product.
Oh,
Because sometimes maybe a complaint will come back. You see that maybe the bottom of the packaging is opened. So it was mishandled. Because remember, it leaves us, it goes to somewhere else. From there, it goes to somewhere else, especially when it's being like exported.
oh yeah, because you guys work with batches. There's a different batch
Yeah.
for and all those stuff.
So, but then when the complaint comes, it comes back. It has to be traced back to the factory, even if maybe it's not us.
Sure.
But we just have to take the blame. So it's
they-
not nice. But
so
we always have to take the blame as
Sure.
quality people, and especially where it was manufactured. Yeah.
Oh, interesting. And what does the future look like for you?
What?
The future in your career?
The future. Oh, I want to be an internal auditor. Not really only internal, like I just want to be a lead auditor. Let me say lead auditor because internal only limits you to only inside the factory. But I want to be a lead auditor where now I just go factory to factory, company to company, and make sure that they comply with the standards or they follow the procedure and they are not putting our consumers at risk. Yes.
Wow, you spoke like a true food technologist. You're taking care of us, the consumers.
It's our priority. So the thing is, other companies, they just
Sure.
do their things because They want numbers. It's all about numbers, and then they forget the safety
The
of
safety side,
those
yeah.
numbers. You understand? And then at the end of the day, we have recalls, we have complaints. People are getting sick. You see, someone swallows something that's not supposed to be there. So things like that.
100%.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Jessica. This was really nice having you. We're wishing you all the best, and all the best with you being a lead editor, and also auditor, and also working for Willis. And yeah, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Thank you so much for listening to this episode. I appreciate you taking time and tuning in and be part of our community. We get to share ideas, stories, and perspectives through this podcast. I hope you enjoyed it and found something valuable in it. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your family and friends. I look forward to connecting with you in the next episode. Until then, take care. This is Stega Podcast signing out. See you next time.